Another concept we're going to discuss before we start programming in Unreal Engine is the concept of reflection. Reflection is the ability of a program to examine itself at runtime. A program will analyze what's happening inside of itself and harvest data about the program. C++ doesn't have reflection built into it, but Unreal Engine has its own reflection system designed to harvest this data. This reflection system is responsible for merging data with the Unreal Editor system, expose some of that data to blueprints, and automatically handle memory allocation with the use of garbage collection. Garbage collection is when a program manages memory associated with the project and automatically deletes objects as soon as they are no longer being used. This frees up that memory. Imagine you have an object dynamically allocated on the heap. Let's say you've created a pointer variable that points to this object. Now, as soon as this pointer variable goes out of scope, the pointer gets deleted. In Unreal Engine, if an object is participating in the garbage collection system, then the garbage collection system will keep track of how many variables reference that object. And when that object is no longer referenced by any variables, the object gets deleted automatically. In regular C++, you would be responsible for freeing that memory yourself. This can be risky, as you might not remember to do that, in which case you'd have what's known as a memory leak. But garbage collection will delete that object for us, so we don't need to free it automatically, as with the delete keyword. For a class to participate in Unreal Engine's garbage collection system, it must make use of special macros that allow the class to be recognized by the reflection system. A macro is just a given fragment of code that has been given a name. Anywhere where that macro name appears, that's where the code will be placed by the preprocessor, and by the time compilation starts, that code will be there in place of the macro name. Now, anything you wish to be exposed to the reflection system must be marked with one of these special Unreal Engine-specific macros. The Unreal Header Tool, or UHT, is a program that harvests this information when a project is compiled. When it sees one of these special macros, some additional code is automatically generated for the class, which allows the reflection system to gather that information from the class. Unreal Engine has a uClass macro, which is placed at the top of a class declaration for any class derived from uObject. This allows that class to participate in the reflection system, which means it will participate in garbage collection. Individual variables must be marked with the uProperty macro, and functions must be marked with a uFunction macro in order to participate in the reflection system as well. This is what allows us to expose those variables and functions to blueprints. Also, classes using the reflection system will have a special include at the top of their header file. This is the classname.generated.h file, and this file contains the auto-generated code that Unreal Engine generates for us as a result of seeing these special macros. So this macro boilerplate code triggers the Unreal Header Tool to generate the code for the reflection system, and this generated.h file contains that code. Now, you probably noticed that generated body macro right there just inside the A Fighter class. uClasses also get this generated body macro, and this represents a code fragment that's auto-generated by the Unreal Header Tool for the class. Now, some macros have parentheses like the ones we see here. These can sometimes take inputs, just like functions can, and these inputs are called specifiers, and they can alter the way that these macros behave. So we can customize the way that our uProperty and uFunction macros expose those variables and functions to the reflection system and to blueprints. We'll be making use of these macros as we program our games in Unreal Engine, and we'll be putting these concepts to use in the videos to come.